Here's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And tough starting field position here. Wentz now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Wentz to throw on second down. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Watching that, Barney! Set! Green, 39! Watching that, Barney!
Wentz now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and...
This guy has mobility in the game plan, so there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Oh, and the ball's out. Matthews loses it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They come up in an offset eye. Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking back at this year for Matt Forte, best game came in week 2. Had 3 touchdowns, rushed for over 100 yards. Altogether, 8-13 on the season. Missed the last couple games with an injury. So how do the Jets look at that position going forward?
Well, I'm about to provide motivation for him because I know that if he hears this, he'll say, I'll show you. But I don't think...
Matt Forte with green grass ahead. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Matt Forte, 25 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now Smith. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Forte. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On the ground, Forte. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. And now it's 2nd and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Vinny Curry in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jets defense, we watch them get set to go now. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be a Philadelphia 1st down.
Here we go now. Blue, watch it now, Barney.
Halfback sent in motion.
Back 99. Leopard.
Wentz now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. And the play clock's running down. Throwing is Wentz. Left side, caught by Matthews. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On 1st down, this is Forte. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They stay on the ground. Forte again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that is incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Forced out to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
No. Check. Patrick. Green, 39. Green, 39. Over.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out, and it goes in motion here in the backfield. Time running out here on the play clock. Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And, Charles, they just handed them a gift. Going for it there, that spot of the field inside the 24.
Yeah, sometimes you think you've got plenty of time in a game, so you take a little bit of a crazy risk. This goes in the category of a crazy, crazy, crazy risk. Yeah, I'm giving you 3 on that one. But how about on the defensive side of the ball? To see them come out, line up, and decide to go for it there, you figure there's no way we're giving this one up. We're going to turn the ball over for our own offense and get some points out of it.
And they did the first part of that. Now they'll be looking to add those points with great field position. On second down, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing on third down, Smith being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Folk's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Well, the offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Throwing now is Wentz. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. After the interception, here's Smith. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Caught by Marshall. He's got it. He's got a Jets touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, 28 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
We focus our attention now on the Jets defense. That interception the last go-around when they were out there, 4 turnovers now for this unit. Pretty impressive.
And how happy are they to actually run back on the field? Most of the time, defenses want to get off the field, but when you picked off 4 passes,
they want to stay out.
They want to stay out there and not just pad their stats, but really give themselves a game to remember and a game to play off of the rest of the season.
And they'll be looking for turnover number 5 now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all 3 could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O. And now they're in the hurry-up. Wentz going to try and throw on third. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Wentz now on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Wentz now on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue, back 99 Philly, here we go! Leopard! Leopard!
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hurry up, here we go! Green!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag.
Watch it now, Barney! Here we go now! Green! Gun! Gun! Leopard! Leopard!
Working from the gun, Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
After the interception, here's Smith. Sets up the screen to Forte. It's a gain of 15 that time. And it's a first down for the Jets.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Gino on first down toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And folks, kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. On the return, it's Jalen Marshall. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
And, the ball's out. Forte loses it. And it's picked up, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Wentz going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Jets.
Slow.
They start the second half with a run by Forte. And a cut to the sideline. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing now is Gino. And he's got a noon one. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. It's the fullback. 32 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception picked off by Marcus Williams.